Hello everybody and welcome to a new season of Impact. I'm Nick Barber, your host for the government segment, and my guest today is Mayor Gary McCarthy, a frequent flyer, return visitor. Always good to see you, Mayor. Welcome.
Likewise, great to be here. It's a fantastic new studio, Nick.
That's it. We're in a brand new studio, and you, the mayor, are our very first guest in the new open stage media studio on the ground floor of Proctors complex.
Somewhat fitting that we're both here, that we, the good old days were quite,
quite
instrumental in shifting the role of public access here in this community, and where you see it build to this level, it's exciting. Hopefully people have the opportunity to utilize this at a higher level, and the community will benefit from it.
It's what you predicted and others predicted that would occur. It is a higher level. It's a beautiful professional studio. You've got great staff here, and I think that the programming and the public surface potential of public access has been enhanced greatly.
Definitely, it's brought up where it's a full component of the arts and entertainment district here in downtown Schenectady.
Yep. Well, thank you very much again, and it's great to have you here. As the mayor of the City of Schenectady, or any city, as we've always said, it's a very difficult job, especially finances, the budget, providing necessary services and trying to keep taxes in line, keep the tax rate down. And I thought maybe today you'd like to talk about finances. We talked a little bit before the show. What news do you have for the taxpayers in Schenectady?
Just kind of an update. We'll be kind of doing the formal announcement to City Council next Monday, where 2011, the city had a fairly difficult year. We'd stopped selling our tax liens.
Yes.
That created a hole in the deficit. We're shifting over. We're doing the collections internally, doing the foreclosure process, going to back what I'll call a more conventional role of government in dealing with delinquent or non-payers of taxes. So 2011 was a difficult year. We used up a lot of reserves, spent some money. The audit results that will come out, the draft ones on Monday night, will show the city finished 2012 with approximately a $3 million surplus. We've also been able to reestablish some of the fund balances to set aside money in the future for tax stabilization account, and it's clearly we're following the pre-planned path of progress that we laid out 2 years ago. So we're, we'll call those results good. They're not necessarily great, because we've got to again do that again this year by maintaining those internal costs. 2012, first time in modern history, both the police and fire department came in under budget. And I compliment the command staff of both those departments, our finance department, working to again contain costs, even though the demands for service are very high on the other side.
So your department heads have been very cooperative, particularly, well, those are the biggest costs, the public safety.
Exactly.
There's no secret
but across the
about
board,
that,
other departments, it's really
it's tough.
A team effort, and it's paying off. We were able to say, we had a rough year in 2011. Now we're back in 2012, where we can see light at the end of the tunnel, and
that is good news.
Send the message out to people again that good things are happening here in Schenectady. We talk about the great things that have happened downtown in the arts and entertainment district, all the investment, and we're also moving into the neighborhoods where we're marketing Schenectady. The real estate opportunities here, the value for people to come in here, buy a property, make it a home, and be an integral part of the progress of a community that's got a great history and tremendous potential in the future.
It does have a great history, and it does have wonderful neighborhoods. And that program is working, isn't it? I mean, you've sold properties, you've got partners with banks and mortgage companies.
Yeah, it's. I think it's an impressive group of people that have come together, in where you see bankers, realtors, people who, in theory, would be competitors of one another, are actually working together. And one bank may not be able to provide a mortgage or come up with a deal for somebody, so they will refer it to another bank. Realtors are passing leads off,
That's
trying to make a deal happen.
Yes.
And I'm very proud of the broad-based effort that we have, and really people have responded at a level that everybody should take some credit and pride in.
Yeah, and that's a great business approach, is the cooperation. It's not all competition. It's cooperation, trading back and forth. It's like restaurants, you know. The more restaurants you have, actually, the more they succeed, because, you know, people visit, you know, all different types of
Exactly.
restaurants.
You don't go to the same place every night.
Yeah, I don't know how people do that. Some people do, but you know, you go out to eat, to dine, or have an experience. You want to have different experiences. You may frequent somewhere often, but it's a good thing. I remember down in Barrett Street, they used to have Luigi's and Mother Pharaoh's and Mama Bianca's, like 3 different Italian restaurants within one block,
Right.
and all of them
Did
flourished
well.
and succeeded. So that's what's happening with your partners in the Schenectady Homes program, and I want to congratulate you, because I know you put a lot of effort into that. I was at a couple of your seminars, and that's a great thing.
It is,
and
and
you
again,
knew
it's-
that we talked probably last year about success downtown, Metroplex, things are happening, the Arts and Entertainment District, but the neighborhoods were the next priority, and that's what you're doing now. That's what the city's doing.
Yes, and we're
Yeah.
doing it collectively, and also tell people it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It is
Right.
a multi-year undertaking.
Yeah.
And people will look back in a decade and say, you know, wow, that was impressive what they did.
Yes.
When you're doing it every day, you see little incremental things, which
Yeah.
sometimes you move ahead, and then sometimes there's problems where
Yeah.
it doesn't quite work out, and you have to take a step back. But
Yes.
the long-term plan is just keep moving ahead, keep making things better.
Well, that's the key. You're looking at financial healing with a surplus, and things are looking a little better. You're in the black, and your public safety departments are finally operating, you know, in good financial condition. Not that they hadn't before, but, you know, it's a great improvement to see, you know, their accomplishments in their budgets for the benefit of the taxpayers. But this is a long-range thing. This didn't happen by accident. This was a plan.
Yes.
So it's not that you got to, and it's not a windfall either, because 3 million's,
It's
to a homeowner, that's a lot of money, but to a municipal
Municipality.
corporation, that's not a great
No,
deal of
and-
money, but it's a start.
We are under
Yeah.
still a lot of pressure, and where I talk about the police and fire department living within their budgets,
Yeah,
there are still demands for service where, you know, any given day we could spend more money. We haven't paved as many streets as we would like to, you
Yes.
know. We get complaints where the grass gets long in the parks and stuff, where we're not mowing the grass quite as frequently as we would like to.
Yes.
But at the same time, we're doing it in a manner to try and give everybody a level of service that keeps a quality of life here, but maintains the budget that we have and lives within that budget, so that we can tell the taxpayers, you know, that we are maintaining to that fiscal plan.
Yeah.
That sends the message out, you know, that Schenectady is a place moving in the right direction.
well, I know your department heads have been cooperative, and really, you know, they have to squeeze every dollar they can in their budget and still provide services, and we want to, you know, commend them for that.
Yes.
But anytime government, whether it's, you know, city, county, state, there's some kind of surplus, not surplus, but a gain going into the black, everybody wants that money. They think, oh, the city's got money now, so everybody's going to go banging on your door, the mayor's door, the city council. But I think responsibly, the answer to that is this financial healing, this situation is good towards a long-term
Yeah, it's,
benefit. This is not
You-
something you say, we got X, now let's spend it, or let's start a new program, or the unions want money, you got money. This is a good, solid financial plan for the future.
exactly. And
Long
it's-
range.
And it's just that, where we've had one good year.
Yeah.
We need 3 good
Right.
years under our belt to
Yes.
send a message out that we are really a community of excellence.
Yeah.
Where if we have one good year, one bad year, one good year, it doesn't give that level of confidence to the community. It doesn't give the level of confidence to the financial markets when you go out for bonding, or you're
Yeah.
looking for other assistance. And as also when we're attracting people to live here and businesses to come here.
Yeah.
They want to have a municipal government that is stable and predictable.
This should help a little bit with the bond ratings when they audit you every year. I mean, I don't know if you had your audit yet, but.
Yeah, the city, all municipalities have been under pressure for their bond ratings. Bond companies tend not to look at any one year in a vacuum. So if you have one bad year, they don't necessarily hold it against you. And if you have one good year, they don't say you're doing great.
Yeah.
They look at long-term trends in fundamental cash flow, expenses, really do a detailed analysis of the underlying factors that may cause a surplus one year or deficit another year.
Right.
So, but we're pleased that we're, again, moving in the right direction.
Yeah, which alludes to the discussion we just had on long-range planning and not, you know, dispersing that money for other purposes, but towards a long-term goal. So if you have 3 to 5 years of success, progressive success financially in your budgetary issues, then that's also going to affect the bond rating, your borrowing power, and your interest rates, and that's going to save the city money too. So more reason why, if people think, well, hey, there's money there, let's go try to get it from the city council or the mayor. It's a long-term healing is what it is. And that's the way it should be looked at. It's responsible budgeting.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, the ping pong budgeting is not good, you know, where, you know, it's up and down in the tax rates, and it's not a progressive thing. So it's good that you're looking at it that way. What else is going on in the city? How's Erie Boulevard going? Can I ask you about that? I know there's been inconvenience, but anytime there's a major construction project,
you can,
there
it
is.
It is.
So what's happening with that?
Again, it's a 2-year project, the actual construction. Last year, most of the work was subsurface, so underground, but that created some bumps on the top of the road.
It did, yeah.
It's right now running a little bit ahead of schedule. Got a good contractor in there, is moving things along. There's some scenarios where we might be done the end of August. Probably into September is the more realistic time frame. So it's, anytime you have a construction project like that, it's driven by weather events. So if we have nice sunny days, Monday through Friday, the project will move very quickly. When you get rain or other factors, it can slow things down. But it's
which we've had.
Yes, we have.
But it's getting nice now, so hopefully we'll get into real summer weather now.
And it's, again, the continuation of the revitalization, rebuilding of downtown. We did, you know, the Proctors block, the 400 block, the 300 block of State Street, get Erie Boulevard done now from GE up to Union Street, and then we'll start to focus on State Street from Erie Boulevard down to the community college.
Right,
and, there's a lot of development opportunities along Erie Boulevard where we've had different interest in different sites there. Nobody wants to do a project and have your front yard dug up for 2 years. And so now by getting Erie Boulevard completed, it'll be visually attractive, it'll be more functional and user-friendly, it'll be more walkable than the old Erie Boulevard. And we'll be able to convert some of those buildings and sites along Erie Boulevard that are really just underutilized at this point into a higher level and more productive use.
Yeah, it should fall into place because it's going to be a beautiful, welcoming area to the city. I mean, with GE and a main entrance off the 890 arterial, that's going to be a nice face and impression to visitors and business people who are considering doing business here. So that's a very important project. It's going to be. I think it's going to have great long-term effects. That's all good. And that was not very much cost to the city taxpayers. Didn't you get, I mean, we're all taxpayers, but I mean, city money, it wasn't
$13 million. The city has to come up with roughly 5% of the money.
Well, I mean, that's a great project in any, you know, any community. It's wonderful.
Exactly. It's a fantastic financial stream. And we wish we had more of those available to us.
Well, you know, I read in the paper the other day, Mayor Jennings is not going to run again. Did you see that? I'm sure you
did see that. You know,
and it's bittersweet.
Surprised me a little bit.
Did it? I was going to ask what's your take on that.
He's had you know, a long, distinguished career.
Yes.
Clearly the dean of mayors in this state. And you know, I'm sure it was a difficult decision for him. And he is you know, looking at other options in life, even though he's his mid-60s. He's still
Yeah.
healthy, energetic, and I'm
Yes.
sure he will still contribute in one way or the other.
Yeah, and you know, I thought a lot of the mayor, I still do, and yeah, I think he did a great job. Albany's a big city. I'm sure you had a lot of interaction with him with mayors' conferences and just,
Yes,
you know, like talking.
Mayor Rosamilia and Troy and I have quite frequent discussions because we face similar problems. You know, it's taxes are too high.
Yes.
Residents complain about that. You know, we've got problems with distressed housing.
Yes.
It's how do you just provide those basic level of services? Police and fire are very expensive, and you're juggling all those. And so we've had frank discussions, you know, look at what each other is doing, try and get ideas and come up with solutions to work together to make our respective communities better.
Yeah, and that's good that you get together because, as you said, similar problems, similar solutions. And putting three mayors together, I'm sure you get a lot of benefit out of that. Plus, you develop great relationships. So we wish Mayor Jennings well. Maybe we'll have him on this show one day.
Should,
soon, and he
get
can
him over
talk.
here.
I'd love to do that. But again, that's another story. He did his job, and there'll be others after him. And but he's made his impression on Albany. He did make it a city of a community. But of course, you're just a young guy, so you got a long ways to go. You know, we can't put you in that same chronological category.
I appreciate your complimentary terms.
You know, I mean,
but-
it's you know, he's a good guy. He's in his mid-60s. I'm sure he wants to spend time with his family, and that's when people think of retirement and, you know, trying to, you know, smell the roses a little bit. So we wish him well. Yes. What else is going on in the city? Anything else new in your public safety units, your police, your fire department? We had some real tragedies in the fire service, you know, with those deaths recently. That hit your firefighters hard, didn't it?
Yeah,
emotionally.
Those are always difficult situations for police and fire. Really great performance by public safety staff that day last week where we had, actually the week before last now, 3 working second alarm fires. First one was fairly minor. Second one was one on Swan Street, more extensive damage, but again, they responded, contained it. The one on Hewlett Street was a much more difficult fire. Again, had the potential to go to other buildings. The Ben and Women of the Fire Service did a great job containing it. They went in there under really adverse conditions, suppressed the initial flames, were able to get the kids out, but unfortunately, it was too late. It's just very tragic where we had loss of lives. But again, the police department, alcohol, tobacco, and fire, state fire, district attorney's office, all came together in a very aggressive manner and, you know, very quickly made an arrest in that. A lot of arson cases go unsolved.
Yes.
And we mobilized, knew we had a major event there, and the investigation is still ongoing as they're putting together some other pieces of it. But the community can rest assured that when those events happen, we're going to respond in an appropriate manner.
I think their performance was magnificent. I see Chief Delarocco, the fire department, City of Schenectady Fire Department Chief, one of your department heads, frequently in our Kiwanis Club, and we talk about things. And the thing that I'm impressed with is the training and the professionalism of our fire department. And I think we're fortunate that we have 2 good public safety units. The police department, I see recently there were awards. There was an awards ceremony in the police department.
We did.
What was that? What was that
annual,
about? We could tell public. Let's tell them the good things because
it's an annual Valor Day where we recognize the exceptional performance of our public safety employees in the police department in the line of duty. Have ranged from our dispatching staff, again, patrol division, investigative division, who go out and are very quickly put in extremely challenging situations, and they have to make quick decisions.
Yes.
They are, a lot of times, there's potential for deadly results if they make things in the wrong direction.
Yes.
But, again,
split-second thinking. I mean,
right,
you have to make a decision.
It's a tremendously high level, it's really the public is well served by
Yes.
so many of those men and women every day that
Yes.
go out and do just tremendous
Yes.
jobs.
Well, we appreciate their service as always. Well, we hope that you're going to come back again and give us more status reports on the city. Is there anything you'd like to leave us with for the public here on Impact?
Again, just thank you for the opportunity to be here. It's a great studio. Hopefully
Isn't
we'll
it?
get
Yep.
more utilization and more interaction so that people understand what's going on in their community
Yes.
and can take pride in Schenectady.
Yeah, and we do, and we will continue to do that. We want to thank you for your help in the past in making this a community media center, open stage media and public access television. So thank you, Mayor McCarthy, Gary McCarthy, for
Hey,
coming.
Mr. Barber,
Always
a
great to
pleasure
see you.
Thank
just
you.
racked up another 15,000 frequent flyer miles here on
Okay.
Impact, and we look forward to seeing you again.
I'll look forward to redeeming those
Absolutely.
when we fly next time.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
You've been watching Impact. I'm Nick Barber, your host, with Mayor Gary McCarthy, and we enjoyed our visit, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Proctors, bringing the best in arts, education, and entertainment.